I'm here today because I wanted to put on a tutorial on a flower grapevine. I had a custom order. Somebody asked me to make a flower grapevine wreath for them, so I figured I would come on and I would show you guys what I have done so far and how I'm going to put that together. So while I'm going through everything, why don't you go some things that you want to put on it. Definitely go get whatever sign you want. If you want to put a bow on it, some ribbon, and come on back and let's make a grapevine wreath together. Now, when you come on today, let me know who you are. Let me know where you're checking in from. Let me know if you are a crafter and what kind of crafts do you do. Definitely comment and let me know what you think about this view, because right now you see me. In a couple of minutes I'm going to tilt you down, that way you can see everything that I'm doing in a better close-up view. But when you come on, let me know, how do you like this view? Do you think I need more light? Do you think I need to try another view with the camera? It'd be great for me to get that feedback. That way I know how to post the camera. If you're checking me out on Facebook, please like, share, follow, definitely comment. If you're following me, if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe, share, and comment. I'm also on TikTok, so hey, go check me out on TikTok as well, because I'm there too. When you get to TikTok, don't forget to hit that follow button. All right, you get those grapevines, get the flowers, get the sign. And that's if you want a sign. Not all grapevines have to have signs, but this one I'm making today does have a sign. So we're going to go through some of the things. Like I said, we have a grapevine wreath. We have this right here. It's a grapevine. I just got it from Hobby Lobby. It's an 18-inch grapevine wreath. I also got a sign. I've attached my sign already. My sign says blessed. So that's the sign. It's a metal gold sign. And I got this gold sign, metal gold sign from, I think, Walmart last year. So this was a sign that I had from last year. And I've already attached some greenery, and I'll show you how the greenery came, and I'll tell you where the greenery came from in a minute. But I also attached one greenery on one side because I wasn't quite sure how I wanted to do it, but then once I put it on, I figured I like it. Now, these are the florals. Check out these florals, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this gold. Look at these gold. Holy moly. These are from Hobby Lobby, and these are the customer that requested this wreath was into, as you can see, lavenders and greens. So I got some hydrangeas and some roses and lavender and green, and all of these came from Hobby Lobby. And you know, of course, when you go to Hobby Lobby, you go on a week when they're 50% off. Cost effective. You always want to be cost effective, right? But look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? I think that is absolutely gorgeous. Have to do, or you should do. I just like doing it because I don't want my customers' doors or walls or windows to be scraped. I laid my 18-inch grapevine on a brown piece of felt, and I cut out the shape of the grapevine. So then I traced the inside of the grapevine and I traced the outside of the grapevine, and then I cut this out. So at the end, this is going to lay on the back of the grapevine like this. That way, door. Okay, now you don't have to do this. You don't have to do it, but I think it looks better on the client's door when they have felt on the back of their wreath. It looks cleaner. It also protects their door. So just a little something I do, but it's not something you have to do. But hey, if you got the felt, why not, right? Okay, let's put the felt back over here. All right, so we're gonna put the flowers over here. Now I'm gonna tell you where I got the greeneries from. Flowers over here. We move the flowers out there. Sorry about that, I hit the camera. Now the greenery I also got from Hobby Lobby as well, and it's the greenery that's over by all of the greenery in Hobby Lobby where the vines are, the big greenery stems. That's where you will find this. This is the greenery that's on the vine. Okay, so this is not the individual picks. This is the one that was on the vine. And since it was 50% off, I knew that I can probably do 2 wreaths with this. I went ahead and bought the vine because I just wanted a little extra than just buying the little ones that you can get maybe at Walmart or at Michael's. So I went ahead and bought the vine. And like I said, you go on a week when it's 50% off, don't pay full price. Don't ever do that. Okay, then I'm not quite sure if I'm going to use these or not, but this is the ribbon that I picked out. It's a gold it's a sage green, and it's a lavender. That's the colors of the wreath, but I'm not sure if this wreath is going to need it because these florals are so pretty. I don't think that this wreath is going to need a bow at all. But, you know, you always have the ribbon on standby just in case you think it needs a little something extra. So we got it. You also going to need zip ties. And I'll show you why you need zip ties in a second. But I have my trusty dusty zip ties. You're going to need something to cut your flowers with. Okay? So you want to make sure you have something to cut your flowers with. So you make sure you have that. You make sure you have grapevine. Also, I have I'm going to touch it. It's really warm. But this is my glue pot. As you can see right here. I bend you down just a little bit so you can see it. But that's my glue pot. So, and it's hot right now. All I have it on is like the 2 dots. That's all you need really to melt your wax. I like the Sure Bond glue pot. And I don't have the skillet like a lot of designers have the skillet. A lot of wreath makers have the skillet. I don't have the skillet yet because I don't make floral arrangements so much. I think once I get into them more, I may just go ahead and get the skillet. But for right now, this little Sure Bond glue pot is perfect. So that's all you have, or that's all you can get. Get it. Not a big deal. And this you can find at Michael's, at Joann's, at Hobby Lobby. And you may be able to find it at Walmart. Not sure. But I know they definitely have it at Michael's, Joann's, and Hobby Lobby. So take a look. This back over here. Little box. When you come on, just let me know you're coming on. I'm going to see if I can pull my live up right here. And that'll give you time to go get your grapevines. Go get your florals. Get your sign if you're going to use a sign. Go get your ribbon if you're going to have some ribbon. And meet me back here so we can get this floral grapevine going today. I'm definitely excited about this. I think it's going to turn out great. I love doing floral grapevines because you want to know what? They're easy. They're not that hard at all. All you got to do is just stick the flowers where you want them, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. They are, then go back and glue them in. Right? Because you're doing a test run. You stick them in the first time, you hang it up on your door, your window, see how you look, see how it looks, see if the flowers is in the right position, they're even, they look good, and if they do, then you can take it back down and you can glue it down that way it stays permanently. But don't forget to make sure you glue it down, especially if you're selling them. You don't want them to be on somebody's door and the flower falls out. We don't want that. You don't want that. Not at all. We don't want that. Okay. Now let's get to work here. I think I found it, but it says it's interrupted for some reason. Not sure why. Not sure why, but hey, we found it. But I'm not sure why it says it's being interrupted. But we found it. All right. Let's see. All right. So, hope you got your grapevines, got your flower, got your sign, got your ribbon, and we're going to get to it. I'm going to bring you down to the table so you won't see my face anymore, but you will hear me. Follow in, watch the replay if you need to see another step over than what I do. I've already got some stuff done already because I don't want to keep you guys on here that long, but I will break everything down to you and show you what I've done. When you come on, please let me know who you are, where you're checking in from, and what craft you do. And if you want to see me do something over, let me know, comment, and I'll see if I can do it over for you. Okay, so I'm going to bring you down so you can see my table. All right, that's my table. I see I got 2 people checking in, but I can't see comments, and I don't know why. Okay, I don't see any comments yet, but hello to the 2 people that's checking in. Once you let me know who you are, I'll say hello and say your name. All right, now we have our 18-inch grapevine, right? I've already attached my sign, and this is how I attach my sign. If you see right here, I took a brown Chanel stem and I just stuck it through the grapevine. It came out the outside, and then I twisted 2 ends together, and then I stuck it back in. So that's all you do. You find a place where you can attach it at. I did the same thing over here on this end. I just attached it, took the brown Chanel stem, stuck it through the grapevine, wrapped it around, and then twisted. And what I did with that end is I stuck it back in on the grapevine. And then when we put our florals in, you see the top. So I use three places on the grapevine where I attached it on the top. All right. Now the greenery. Let's see if I can find a spot on the greenery. Okay. Right here on the greenery, what I did was I laid the greenery down, and I don't know if I can show you, but there is a black zip tie. Can you guys see that? And I used the black zip tie to tie down the greenery to the grapevine. And I put a black tie here, and I think I got one down here, and then I think I got one here at the bottom. So that's what I did. I took the black zip ties, these right here, the little ones, the little black zip ties, and I just attached it to the grapevine and around this greenery and attached it to the grapevine. Okay, so that's all I did to attach that to the grapevine. And I'm gonna do this side over here so you'll see what I'm doing. So here go the greenery. What I did was I measured out where I wanted it and I cut the piece off, right? So I measured it, placed it out, and this is all up to you. There's no rhyme or reason. It's whatever looked good to you. I wanted kind of the greenery, like when I look at my wreath, I want this end of this greenery to be where this top greenery starts. No rhyme or reason. That's just how I like it. I don't know. I just like it that way. You may not like it that way. It's absolutely fine. Like I said, this is your art. It's not rocket science. You make it the way you want to. So I have my greenery up here. It's kind of where my bottom greenery ends, right? So I take my zip tie and I just attach it down. I find a spot that it'll go through on the, I have to bring it around to me so I can see. But I find a spot, and sometimes it's a little difficult. You got to find an easy spot for it to go through where you can get it. Sometimes you have to use your scissors to. You just work with it, ladies and gentlemen. That's all it is. Like I got it right down in here. Matter of fact, I don't want to put it there. I want to put it down here. And just give me a second to work on and getting it here. And like I said, it may take you a moment. Just find something to go through. And I see it. That's all right, because we're going to win this fight. There it is. And you just attach it. Just attach it. That's all you do. And you cut that piece off. We're going to tuck this under. We're going to put some greenery there so you're not even going to see that end. Don't worry about seeing that end because we're going to cover that. Okay? We have florals. We have more greenery right here on the side where we can attach more to it to cover up whatever we need to cover up. So we got to attach it another spot. So let's get another zip tie here. Let's find a spot where we want to attach it to. How's everybody doing? Today is Friday, TGIF. Yes, it is Friday, ladies and gentlemen. I am happy. Happy. Let's see if we can get this one through a little bit more easier. And I think we can. Yes, we can. So we got this one through. I'm going to zip tie it down. And you only put as many as you feel like you need. You don't have to put a lot. Only as many as you need. Just what you feel like you need. 2, 3 of them. You either put 4 or 5, you put 4 or 5 if that's what you feel like you need. Now we're getting around here to the side. And this greenery has, I don't know, for some reason the vine curves, it curves out. So then, like it's sticking out here on the side. So that's what I'm going to use to tie it down. I'm going to have to go back in because this vine I tied, it's not staying down. So we just put another one in. Go. And this happens sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. It's absolutely fine. You just fix it. It's always the way you can fix it. always a way you can fix it. Don't get frustrated. Don't get upset about it. It's always a way you can fix it. And remember, we're going to put florals on top of this. Like, this is not the end of the wreath. This is just the base of it. We're putting florals on top of it. So let's go down here. Let's get a zip tie out. I'm just using these black ones, the small ones, because to you, it's all what you, whatever you have. Don't go out and buy anything new. Just use what you have, okay? Let's see if we can find a branch that we can put this zip tie around. And just know we're gonna add a little glue. We're gonna touch it up with just a little bit of my glue gun at the end. And that's only if we feel like we need to, because the flowers that I'm gonna put on top, I'm actually going to glue them in, so they're going to have the security of that. So just know they'll be secure. Don't think it won't be secure, because it will. We got to put one more zip tie on this, and then we're done. You have to work with it a little bit. Work with it a little bit. You got to get in tight spots. You do it, it'll be fine. There you go. So when you check in, say hello. Let me know who you are. Let me know where you're checking in from, so I can say hello back to you. See if you like grapevine wreaths. Okay, that's what we have so far. Looking pretty already, just with the greenery on it. I love it just with the greenery on it. You can put some cotton in here. You can put some lamb's ears here. You don't need a lot for grapevine wreaths, because the beauty is the grapevine. The actual grapevine itself is the beauty. So when you use things like a sign, or you put the greenery on it to make it just a little bit more beautiful, you don't need much. But it's up to you, whatever your taste is. This is for a customer that she wants some lavender and green flowers, so we're going to doll it up with that. So let's get to the flowers. All right, we got some hydrangeas here. We can pull some of those, and whatever we do on one side, we're going to do on the other side. Okay, so we put a hydrangea on this side, we're going to go and put a hydrangea on the other side. And what you do is you come down here and you snip some off. And some designers got a pick cutter. I don't have that. I'm just using my little cutter here. And if that's all you have, then that's all you use, okay? Don't worry about nothing else. You use what you have. And what I did just now was I bent. See this right here, the stem? I bent it. It made like a little curve. So when it fits in, it scoops in like this. You want it to scoop in like that. And look at that. Now, we can go on the other side. Here go another hydrangea. We're going to cut another piece off. Take the tag off. Yeah. Remember, what you do here, you got to do here. You're just mimicking each other. So you take it and you bend it. You make that little scoop, right? And you put a hydrangea here. You want one right down here. Sometimes you got to work it in a little bit, because this grapevine is trying to be a little thick. And sometimes if you feel like you got too much, you can always straighten it out. Put it in again just to make sure. And then you can always take a zip tie and you can tie it down if you think it's up too high. You can always do that later. But put all your florals in first before you decide all of that. Because you don't want to tie it down, lay it flat, and you still got more florals to put in, right? So, we're going to go to these beautiful roses. Look at that. And then it's got a little baby rose. And then one that's just opening on this end. So you got these 3 picks, but we're just going to use this big rose right here. Because I don't know. Let's see. Let's lay it down. Let's see what it looks like. If we put it in all together. So we're going to go here. And if we put it in all together, we'll have, but then the little rose is going to get lost. So we're just going to do with the rose. Okay? Because we don't want these guys to get stuck underneath something. So we'll just take this one right here. And we'll cut it. And we don't think we won't use those little ones. We will come back to those. And once again, you just slide it down in there. Find a spot and you slide it down in there. You gotta take another one. And don't forget to take off the tags, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget that. Gotta take off these tags. Put the flower down. I'm just going to put these down here for now. I'll come back to them. And we want to do the same thing with this on this end. We just want to find a spot where we can stick this in. And sometimes you have to fight. You know, sometimes these grapevines are kind of twined really tight. And it takes you a minute to find a spot to stick your flower down in. But it's okay. Show it who's boss. If you got to get in there, you got to get in there. And you got to push it down in there. But if you play around with it, you find an open spot. A lot of times you're able to find that spot. And you can get the flower in. This one is working with me right now. There you go. There you go. You want to go with another hydrangea? Or maybe we go with a different rose. Look at that rose. We can go with this rose right here. That's a beautiful rose right there. Once again, cut off some of the stem. And ladies and gentlemen, just want to tell you, these leaves, save them. Because you can stick them in and fill them in your little gaps that you have on your grapevines with your florals. So don't throw these away. You can always use your leaves. So make sure you save them. We're going to take this rose and we're going to bring it down a little further away because we have some gold that we need to fit in. So we're going to put this down a little further away. And we're going to take another one and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So what you guys think so far? What you guys think of the color? How does anybody feel about the color? They think the color is nice? I think the color is great. I love lavender. I wouldn't have thought of lavender and green, but you want to know what? When I saw these flowers at Hobby Lobby, I was like, wow, that is beautiful. Love it. Love how those flowers look. I'm going to take this one and we're going to stick it in a little further down. All right, let's work on some gold. And we still have more purple and lavender. That's the lavender and the green is the dominant color, right? We want that to be the dominant color, but we're just going to put little pops of this in. And we may have to add some more stuff in it. It's okay. That's what we do. We'll add it in. And right now I'm not gluing anything down. I'm just sticking it in. Once I'm happy with how it looks, I will go back and I will glue it in. That's what the glue pot over here is for. I'll stick it in and then I'll glue it in. But for right now, I'm just filling it out. I want to see what it looks like. And I wanted to show you that part, that you can just do it this way. And then see how it looks. That's absolutely gorgeous. Oh, that's really pretty. Let me grow one of those. Really? I'm gonna have to go back and get another one of those because I really like these. I'm gonna take them. I thought I bought 2 of them. Oh yes I did. I dropped it on the floor. Alright. I thought I did. Alright. What are your plans for the weekend? What are your plans to do this weekend? I don't really plan to do anything, to tell you the truth. Didn't really make plans to do anything too much this weekend. Maybe make some videos for you guys. What do you think? Need to make some more videos for you guys. Maybe that's what I'll do this weekend. Make some more videos for you guys. Sound like a plan, right? That is so pretty. These leaves are just gorgeous sticking out. That is so pretty. So now we're going to go into the big roses. We're going to put these in. And then we're going to fill the rest in with the purple and the green. And if we feel like it, then we can always get some more greenery, add more greenery, not a problem. We got to make sure we get the sticker off. Make sure we get the sticker off. Alright. We still got those little buds that we got to put in as well. Can't forget those. We got to take this off because we got to make this just a little shorter. Remember, don't throw away those leaves. Oh, that's a beautiful rose right there, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Put one on the other side. This is turning out to be a really pretty wreath. Alright, so just a little bit more. And this we'll put right in here in the middle. These are all wired flowers, so you know you can move them wherever you want them. You want to have them lay a certain way, they can lay that way. Alright, let's pull back out the hydrangeas. Let's stick a hydrangea in here. And you can put as many florals in here as you like. I just brought these to see what they look like. If I have to go back to Hobby Lobby, if I feel like I need some more, I can always do that. And then you figure it out as you go. But remember, you have those big beautiful leaves you can put in as fillers. So we can take this hydrangea right here stick it down here at the bottom. Find a spot to stick it in. This grapevine is kind of tight. It's kind of tough when you're trying to find a spot to put the flower in. Wow, look at that. Gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's do this on the other side. Let's put the hydrangea on the other side as well. That's it right there. What do y'all think about the bless sign? I think that bless sign is not, I think that looks nice in gold. I love this. And the fact that it's a metal even just makes it more pretty to me. Alright, I just had to move that rose down a little bit. And when your the leaves, I need to make room for this hydrangea I'm going to put in. Look at that. Look at that. Look how this looks already. Holy moly, that is gorgeous. Wow. Look at that. Oh my goodness. This really is beautiful. This rose here. Look at this. What do you think? Wow. That's what I can say right now is wow. You don't want it to cover too much of the bless, but you just want it to be covered just a little bit because it is floral, so it's not going to be perfect. So you're going to have it sticking out over the bless sign, and you got your greenery coming out on the top. Greenery coming out on the sides. Got all the sides. Over here, you got your greenery coming out on the sides. Gorgeous. All right, let's see. We got a couple more little buds and studs we can put in here. Let's see. Let's go down here to the bottom here where I put the little yellow flowers, little buds. And bring these back out. We can stick them in. Here go another one. Got these little buds we can stick in. All right. The only thing with these floral wreaths, I will tell you, is your price on your floral wreaths your wreath accordingly. Don't shortchange yourself because you're afraid that the price will be too much. These flowers were not cheap, so you have to cover the cost of the flowers, okay? And the material, and the grapevine, and the sign, and the Chanel stems. You have to cover that cost, so don't be afraid to price it what you feel is worth. I price my wreaths on what I've spent, the inches of material that I've used, and then I times that by 3. So you have to figure out what is suitable for you. We're going to stick this little yellow guy right down in here. I think this is what we need, a little pop up, a little bit of color. Yes, yes. Loving it, loving it. Just a little hint of yellow, just right there. Same here at the top. Turn this around so I can see what I'm doing. So pretty. So pretty. Oh my goodness. That's just so pretty. And then we're going to do these little tiny guys right here that we had on the other stems, the little guys. We're going to cut those out and we're going to attach those. I'm going to come right here on the inside with them. Little guy. Get a little lower. Trying to get it a little lower. I want it to look a certain way. I want it to set up a certain way. So I'm trying to find that sweet spot. And I think I just found it. There you go. Oh, no. I thought it was in there, but it's not. Okay, there you go. There you go. And then this one also came with a little tiny guy, and we're going to get him off too. You use everything that comes on your florals. Like I said, don't throw away these leaves, because you can use them as well also. And if you don't use them on this wreath, you can use them on another wreath. So don't think they will go to waste. Remember, these are not glued in yet. I'm doing this dry run to place them. I like that on the outside. This is not tight. Okay, that's tight. Let's see. Hold on. Up there, I don't want it up there no more. And that's what making a wreath is all about. If it don't feel good to you, change it. Let's see, I'll put this little guy in here. There you go. Hey. Put the other one. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I'm liking it the way it is. I don't think I'm doing a bow. I think once I put these in, I think I'm done. I'm gonna stick some leaves in. That's about it. I mean, this is just gorgeous the way it is. Stick this in. First, I didn't know about this lavender and this green, but man, oh man, it is coming together and looking gorgeous at that. All right, let's get this little guy, put him in here. Some of these grapevines are tied up so tight that it's kind of hard to get the flowers in. So you got to work with it. So you just work with it, that's all. Not a big deal. Keep sticking it in the spot until you get it where you want it. Alright. I am really this guy up a little bit so you can see that little pop of yellow, or gold rather. You just put it where you want it. My wreaths, I make a hook. See that hook right there? I make that hook so your customers that have a place to hang their grapevines, instead of hanging them here at the end, I give them an option. They can hang it here on the end, or they have a hook. So you can do either or. That's up to you. It's not something you have to do. It's just something that I do. But I think this is gorgeous, just the way it is. I may add some leaves just to give it a little bit more full look to it, but I think that's enough right there. That's enough to hang on your door right there. There you go. Lavender and green, floral grapevine wreath. Blessed. This would be gorgeous on anybody's door, hanging in anybody's living room. What about in their bathroom? What about in their guest room? Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Wreath is just not made for a front door. Something of your own. If not today, watch the replay, okay, and create something beautiful. Remember, this is your art. You make it the way you want to. This is not rocket science. You make it the way you want to. Let your imagination run wild. You can use any colors. Fall is coming. Oh, those beautiful amber colors. Make your floral any which way you want to. Remember, you don't always have to have a sign. You don't always have to have a bow. All you need is a grapevine and some flowers, and you got a beautiful wreath. I hope you guys really enjoyed this today. When you come on and you watch this, please on Facebook, please like, share, follow, and comment. Let me know what you think about it. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe, share, and comment. Definitely comment. That is huge. If you're watching me on TikTok, please like and follow me on TikTok. I'm also on Pinterest, so you can watch me on Pinterest as well. So until we meet again, I want all of you guys to be safe. Bye. And make a wreath. Make a wreath.